Hey everybody, it's Joe. I wanted to give some newbies at fantasy football a little help on getting set up for the draft. So you need to do this on a computer, not on your phone. There is an app you can download for your phone, and you can set up your teams every week that way. But this, I think, is only available on the computer site. So go to ESPN.com. You should have a login. You should be logged in. And if you're logged in with the same email that you sent me, that I have for you, when you go to this little person icon in the top right, you should see your team. You should be able to click on it. And when you do, you should see your team name and how many days it is until the draft. And there's a button here called Edit Draft Strategy. If you click on that, you'll go to the draft strategy page. Maybe. There it is. Okay. And there's two things on the draft strategy that you want to do to get set up. One is to rank your players, and you'll see here you have all your players ranked by ESPN. And you can see running backs are ranked very highly in ESPN with wide receiver. There's another wide receiver, tight end finally, and quarterbacks don't show up till much further down the list, as well as defenses. In the league that we're playing, I've got it set up so that quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers all score roughly the same points. Any given week, anybody could be the best. But I will send out a list of how players did last year, and if I can get it, and you'll be able to see in a very similar league how the points scored for each player in each position. So if you want to change your player positions, you just grab the three little lines over here and slide that player to another position like that. And you can see right now all players are listed. I have all highlighted here. If I want to see just quarterbacks and rank just the quarterbacks, I can rank these quarterbacks. I'm not a big fan of Cam Newton. I'll put him down the list further. In fact, Cam Newton would never be drafted by me ahead of Drew Brees. Anyways, unless there's something wrong with Drew Brees. If you want to exclude a player from the draft, you see he's ranked, but you think, I really don't like this guy for whatever reason. Baker Mayfield is a rookie. Maybe he's going to not be, I think he's a rookie. Maybe he's not going to be very good. I'm going to exclude him. I don't want him on my team. So you can do that for each of the positions: running back, wide receiver, tight end. A flex position is a running back or a wide receiver. And defenses, special teams, and kickers. You can rank them all however you want. And again, I'll send out a ranking of how players did last year in a very similar league, which will give you a lot more information. And when you're done, hit the Save Rankings, and it'll save whatever you did. This will be the order that your draft automatically selects in. If you're not at the draft, it'll automatically select down this list based on the position you pick and the best available player left. So the other part of this draft pre-draft setup and auto pick strategy is by clicking on the auto pick strategy, and what you see here are all the positions: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, etc., and how many of these positions I want to get. So I want to get at least 2 quarterbacks and no more than 3 quarterbacks. Running backs, I want to get at least 4 quarterbacks and no more than 5, or running backs and no more than 5 running backs. I'm going to say the same for wide receivers. Tight ends, I don't want really any more than 2, to tell you the truth. So I'm going to say 2-2. Place kickers, I certainly don't want more than 2. And special defense and special teams, I'm going to say 2, no more than 3. And this is kind of important because depending on what you select down below, if you say you want up to 8 wide receivers and you want all the players to be the best available player, you may end up with 8 wide receivers. So make sure you set this up so you don't end up with too many of one position. And then down here is the other part of this where you select each round when we're drafting what type of player you want. So in the first round, I want a running back, so I'm going to select that. In the second round, I'm going to say wide receiver. In the third round, I'm going to say another running back. The fourth round, I'm going to say quarterback. And I can go down the list, and it's going to pick from your list of ranked players the best running back available. And then in the second round, it will pick the best wide receiver available from your list that you've ranked. If you're attending the draft online, you can do whatever you'd like. If your clock runs out and you don't select anybody, it's going to default to whatever is on this list. And if you do these two things, rank your players how you want them, and set up your auto pick strategy, you should be fine for the draft. Even if you don't show up, you'll draft a pretty good team. I hope this is helpful. See you all soon.